What's up, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, pussycat? Whoa. Really don't think I'm strong enough. Oh, do you believe in life after love? I love my mic. What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, first story up. Child, we might as well get Puffy out the way because every week it's a fucking Puffy story. As a matter of fact, since the last time I talked to you, we got 6 more Puffy cases. 6. I just talked about them last week. Every fucking other day is something about Puffy. The 6 lawsuits that have come about, I think that these are all coming from that same lawyer, the one that we talked about, the Tony guy who had the 800 number behind him. I think that there have been I think that these people are result of his bringing forth these lawsuits. And again, you guys, these stories are pretty much the same as what we have heard about, you know, Puffy. It's the same MO. So Puffy gets the person, either invites them out or invites them over to the house or something, gets these people cornered off or sectioned off away from like the public, gives them something to drink, and then they are raped or assaulted in some kind of way. Okay, that's pretty much how the stories have gone. I just read a story that somebody was suing him yesterday. I think it was on Baller Alert. Let me look on my notes, child. The newest is a woman was claiming that she was raped with a TV remote. Apparently, she met Puffy through FaceTime, through one of her friends or something like that. And they were talking on FaceTime, and she threw shade at him regarding Tupac's death. I guess maybe saying something like he might have been responsible for it or he had something to do with it or something like that. And apparently, allegedly, she says that he told her when she said that to him that he was going to get her back. Fast forward some time, and apparently this friend who was friends with Puffy through the FaceTime and all that, okay, the friend invited her over to the house. Okay. And when she got over there, Puffy was there. And Puffy allegedly put a knife up to her and told her that he was getting her back for the stuff that she said about Tupac. She then said that her body was covered with liquid, and we think that that would be baby oil. She said that he tried to insert an IUD inside of her, but was not able to do that. And so instead, he raped her with the remote control. Now, I'm not going to say that this woman is lying, you guys, because that is not, I don't know that for a fact. Okay, all I will say is I don't know how you would insert an IUD in somebody. Like, why would you even have an IUD to insert? Like, you know. And then, I mean, a TV remote. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you could put that in somebody. So, I mean, that could have happened. But the whole story is just very fantastic. She said that she was raped by the remote control and then also by men, some bodyguards or some security or something that was there. Puffy apparently ordered them to do it as well. She said that when it was all over and when she finally came to, because she had to recover, you know, that Puffy was still around, she was allowed to go, but they told her if she said anything, they was gonna kill her. That she did apparently allegedly reach out to the police, but nothing came of the story. And so the story sounds very fantastic. Again, not saying that the lady is lying, but sounds like a very incredible story. It just does, you guys. And that's what I'm saying when I say that it's just become a circus. Every time you turn around, it's some new story, and it's just some old cockamamie way out stuff. And honestly feels like a cash grab. We'll just have to wait and see, like the rest of them. We're gonna have to just wait and see. Okay. But again, it does take the attention, because now I'm starting to see in the comments, people, after you read these stories, people are starting to say, well, you know what? I don't believe nobody now, because this man can't have done this to all of these people and never got caught, you know? And this is what happens. This is how true victims' stories get discounted, when you have people that are really just looking for the come up, you know? So, but we'll have to wait and see if anything comes of these stories. But yeah, 6 more lawsuits, 6 more accusations from 6 more people. It's just a lot, you guys. It is just a lot. Speaking of the baby oil, now they're saying that the baby oil was laced. The 1,000 bottles that were found at Puffy's house, they're saying that the bottles were laced with the GHB drug, which is the date rape drug. Okay, they don't call them roofies no more, apparently. Rohypnol used to be the name of it, but now it's GHB. And they said that way it would absorb in the body quickly, and a person might not even be realizing that they're taking drugs, okay, because it's through the oil and it's gone in through the skin. So not good for Puffy. Again, they still trying to get Puffy out, and the judge is still like, nah, nigga, sit your ass there and wait till next May, because that's when his trial starts. Okay, so that's it on Puffy this week, child. Every week is something else. We saw that he wished his baby Love a happy birthday. I think she must have turned 2, because I feel like I've already seen her have one birthday. So yeah, I think she turned 2, and he actually posted, and somebody in the damn comments was like, guard, Puffy has a cell phone. I swear you guys don't be right, and y'all just gonna make a joke out of every fucking thing, child. That's it on the Puffy situation. Let's move on to the next story. They say your boy King, okay, mama named him Clifford King Harris Jr. I was like, I did not know that boy was a damn junior. He is the direct junior to T.I. Okay, the intelligent adjacent. He is a senior. Did not know that. I thought that maybe T.I.'s oldest kid was a junior, but nope, it would be King. Apparently, he was arrested in Dunwoody, which is just a city right outside of Atlanta. They said that there was a warrant out for his arrest for failure to appear in Pickens County. He was charged in August of 2022 with speeding and driving with a suspended license and driving under the influence of drugs. He was supposed to go to court. He never went to court. All right. So I think the end of last year or a couple of months ago, maybe, I don't know. I didn't put the dates down, you guys, so don't give me the lying. But they ended up putting out a bench warrant for him. He wasn't aware, obviously. And so he was in Dunwoody. He was pulled over. He was arrested. Dunwoody is here in DeKalb County. So DeKalb County, he was in DeKalb County jail, and then they turned him over to the Pickens County. I'm sure he's out free now. And that they just needed to settle whatever the situation was going to be with him not showing up for the suspended license, driving under the influence, and speeding. Definitely not what you want to hear. This boy is supposed to be a new father. Okay, we saw the baby shower pictures and all of that, and he looked happy, and the girl looked happy. I was like, I bet she did, honey. This is probably one of the easiest licks that she done got, child. Anyway, we gonna need King to mature and do better. He's young. He got a lot of growing up to do, but he gonna have to get that shit in order real quick, because now you got a child on the way. You got to take life a little bit more seriously. Okay. And while we talking about the IATI, he says that he is retiring at the end of this year, and that he's no longer doing any performances because he doesn't need the money. And I'm sure he doesn't. And I don't blame him. Nobody's checking for T.I. like that anyway. Okay. And ain't nobody said when T.I. coming out with the next album. All right. I love T.I.'s music. Look, don't give me the lying or nothing, but it was just sort of like, honey, these kids now, they done moved on. You considered one of the old rappers now. So they gonna be just fine with him going. He gonna be just fine. Hell, his wife is out there working to death. Okay, not working to death because Tiny, that's what she wants to do. So I'm not saying that he putting her to work or anything, but now they got income coming from Tiny and shit. They just won that big settlement, not settlement, because I'm sure that the other people, the doll people, are going to appeal, but they won that case. And yeah, y'all know me. Shit, I've been trying to retire. I was just like this morning. I was thinking, like, Roxanne, how you be in retirement? How you be in retirement mode? Your mindset is on retirement, but you ain't nowhere near. Well, I am near retirement. I am going to retire next year. I know y'all so sick of hearing me talk about retirement, but baby, when I tell you this brain is on retirement, it is completely there, and I still at least have a year left, but the countdown has begun. So I don't blame them, because you know what, it's just sort of like, nigga, I done outgrew this shit. I don't need this shit no more. I'm over it, even though I'd still need my job. That's why I'm still at work. But he don't need it, so he'll go on. So where's Ti? Ti was trying to act, and then the shit got fucked up when they said that him and Tiny had been sexually assaulted all those people. So his acting hasn't been, he hasn't really been acting. And I had heard that he was going to be Red Fox, and that he was testing his stand-up comedy. Actually, this stand-up comedy seems to be like a real for real thing. Like, he's really serious about being a stand-up comic, because I heard on the radio they were saying that T.I. was going to be performing. So I was just like, what? I was like, did I hear wrong? I don't think I did. I think that he has comedy shows out here in Atlanta, which is just sort of like, who would even think that T.I. is funny, child? But maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe I might need to try to catch his show. But yeah, y'all, what y'all think about that? Y'all gonna miss the IA out there performing on the stage? I think we gonna be just fine. All right, you guys, next story. So apparently there has been a push to ban Chris Brown for performing over in South Africa. There's a women's rights advocacy group that's pushing back on him performing there. The name of the group is called Women for Change. They got a petition started up, and I think they've gotten like 25,000 signatures because they don't want him to go perform over in South Africa. They say that South Africa has like the highest statistics when it comes to domestic violence and gendercide and femicide. That the numbers are extremely high there, and they don't feel like a man that was convicted of assaulting Rihanna back in 2009, they don't believe that he should be coming over there to perform. Okay, that's what the groups say. Now, the fans out there say they want to see Chris Brown. The show that was scheduled for December, right, mid-December, I think it was the 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere in there. They had a show that was planned in the 93,000 seat stadium. The damn show sold out in 2 hours. Okay, so much so that they ended up adding another date. So even though this advocacy group is saying that they don't want Chris Brown to be out there, the fans clearly do want to see Chris Brown. Okay, I'm not sure if he is still going to go or not, because they've been making this big push, but that is a whole bunch of money to be turning away from. So it looks like he will still be going unless there's going to be some issue. He has faced issues going to different countries because of his conviction, but a lot of people do. Like when you go to Canada, if you have like priors and stuff, like a lot of places will not let you in. So this is not the first time that this has happened to Chris Brown, but it's interesting to me that it continues on when he hasn't been convicted of anything. I know so many people, he hasn't been convicted of anything further, I should say. I know so many people that will continuously say, but he's still doing it. He's still abusing women. He's still doing this and that. And I was like, but I have not heard any stories. Okay, like I haven't heard about him really doing anything to anybody else. We know about the Rihanna situation. We know about the Karrueche situation. But since then, I don't really know much about Chris Brown still doing stuff like that, and it's just like, I know you guys are going to be all over me in these comments. I'm already knowing. Okay. And that's fine if you can just tell me, like, what exactly is he still doing? Because maybe I just might not be realizing it, that he's still out here terrorizing and torturing and beating up on women and stuff. I would like to think that the man has changed. I've already told you guys that I thought that he did. He's gotten older. He's got his kids. No, Chris Brown is not perfect. I was looking at him at the end of this last tour. He was starting to get that look again, like, oh, Chris, maybe you need to take a little break. Okay, he lost a whole bunch of. He looked skinny. He looked like he was probably on some shit, just trying to get through the rest of that tour. But so yeah, he still probably struggles with things, and I'm not saying that he's perfect, and he could be an asshole and all this and have a certain, but I just don't know anything about him still being that abusive person. Some people believe that once you are that way, you can never change. I don't necessarily believe that. I do believe that people can change if they really put in the work to do so. Maybe I'm being naive about Chris Brown, but I just can't think of, like, I don't know what this man has done for y'all, for the folks to be this serious about keeping him from coming to the country. Okay. Because I'm sure you could. I don't want to be one of those what about kind of people. But, there's probably been a lot of people that have performed over in South Africa that have had certain violations. Okay. Might have a criminal past. However, it's not main knowledge. It might not be big knowledge, and so they get over there and they perform just fine. But then you have somebody like Chris Brown, who everybody knows who Chris Brown is, and now you got these kind of issues. So, but yeah, honey, they said that it's gonna be at the PNB Stadium in Johannesburg. And yeah, the stadium is 94,000 seats, sold out less than 2 hours. Okay, so if he feel like dealing with, certain, maybe they might get that petition up to about 50,000 or something, that's one thing. But when you start talking about money and 3 shows of a 94,000 seats stadium and all, that's a lot of money lost. So I don't know if they're going to want to just be like, no, we ain't having Chris Brown over there. Okay, because the bottom line is always the bottom line. Okay. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think about that. Are you guys, look, I got any rock stars over in South Africa. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Would you be going to see Chris Brown? Are you a fan? Do you believe that he's also an abuser, once an abuser, always abuser? Y'all leave all that below. All right, you guys, next story. So they say that Big Meech, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. Y'all, they say that Big Meech, mama named him Demetrius Flannery, is out of Federal Correctional Institute Coleman Low. All right, that's the name of the facility. That he has been released from there, and that he will now be serving the remaining part of his sentence either on house arrest or at a halfway house. We're not sure exactly where he is going to be, but he has left the prison that he has been at for the past 20 something years. So good for him. The people here in Atlanta seem to be very excited because they feel like the Big Meech that was the Big Meech before he went in is still the same one that's coming out. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same. I'm sure that he's changed some ways since he's been in jail for so long. His lawyer, Brittany Barnett, said 2 decades is an incredibly long time, and it's been inspiring to witness the power of hope and resilience. Okay. He used his time in prison to focus on personal growth and transformation, and now he has the opportunity to begin a new chapter. Okay. So those of y'all who think that he about to be partying and shit out here in Atlanta, that book closed. The lawyer said that this is a new chapter, baby. This is a whole new book. I'm sure he doesn't want to land himself back in jail. So he probably will be moving a little differently, though. But I am curious to find out how these BMF parties, how they used to be. So we'll see if, hell, is he even coming back to Atlanta? Like, I don't even know where the man is going to be. But yeah, good for him. They say that Demetrius, they say that Big Meech is out there, y'all. Y'all excited to see the man? All right, you guys, next story. This story is actually pretty sad, and I was actually kind of worried. Not worried, but I've always, Ananda Lewis has always been on my mind because I remember back when she announced back in 2020 that she had breast cancer. And that was a shock. I always get a special kind of sad when I hear about women getting breast cancer because I know how unforgiving and how terrible that disease is, you know. Um, but yeah, back in 2020, she told us that she was fighting breast cancer, that she had stage 3 breast cancer. Apparently, the doctors had told her that they wanted her to get a double mastectomy. And she chose not to do that. She decided that she did not want to take chemotherapy and that she wanted to work the tumor out of her body a different way. You know, lifestyle changes, dietary changes, meditation, just making a series of changes in her life that she was hoping would attack the tumor that way. So she made all those changes and it was going pretty well for a minute there. And now she's come back out. She's in a recent interview with two other ladies, and she's talking about maybe some regrets because now she's found out that the cancer has spread throughout her body, that it is like stage 4. And you know, now she's wondering if she made the right choice and not getting the double mastectomy and not attacking the tumor with chemotherapy and all that. But she's saying that when you watch the interview, it looks like she has accepted that she may very well die from this, which is so sad, you guys. A realization, being young and still having to realize that you are going to die from this disease, most likely. She said that she just doesn't want to die now. She still has a lot of things that she wants to do, so she would hope that the disease will hold off long enough for her to get those things done. And then when it's time, you know, she'll be ready. But she's not ready now. That's the sad part about it. Cancer don't really care if you're ready or not. So the prayer is that by some miracle, you know, that she is able to go into remission, because you do hear those stories happening. It's not impossible. Things do happen. I mean, we do still serve a God up there, and sometimes when he sees fit, he will knock cancer away. But most times that is not what happens. And you just have to be realistic with it. But I really hope that she's able to beat this, you guys, because that's very, very sad. She said that she never got mammograms when she was, because she's close to my age. I think she's 51 or something like that. But they said, you know, they tell you that you're supposed to get mammograms starting at 40. And she said she never got mammograms because she was in fear of the radiation. She didn't want to have like radiation poison and all that. So that's the reason why she never got her mammogram. So by the time she got older, she got her mammogram, and that's when she found out that she had cancer. Or maybe she didn't have a mammogram. She may have found out from just feeling the lump or something like that. But yeah, so just sad, you guys. Cancer is just a sad situation. It's such a sad, debilitating, just an awful disease. And I really hope that she's able to beat that, you guys. I really do. All right, you guys, next story. This is not even really a story. I'm not going to talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards too much because it's not much to talk about. Okay, we already kind of saw that this was going to be a problem back when the BET Awards happened, not the BET Hip Hop Awards, just the regular BET Awards that happened in the summer. That whole show was mostly rap. Okay, that whole show was really their hip hop show, but they put all of it on at the BET Awards. Remember, it was all women, and it was all pretty much women rappers and women performers. Those are the women that would have been at the BET Hip Hop Awards. However, there was no reason to come now. All right. First of all, it don't look like any celebrities really come to the BET Hip Hop Awards anymore. That used to be like the big award show out here between the Hip Hop Awards and just the regular BET Awards. Not here, but on TV. Those, you know, in the Black community, folks used to look forward to the BET Awards. It is not like that any longer. And now the BET Hip Hop Awards is full of like influencers, social media influencers and reality stars. And I think that like the real musicians and shit don't really come. If they're not performing, if they haven't been scheduled to perform on the show, they not coming. All right. And hell, they didn't even have a fucking red carpet. You know, they didn't even bother with a red carpet this year. And the show was just it wasn't. And you guys know this hurts my heart because I am a fan of BET Awards. I've always reviewed it. This was the first time that I didn't review the BET Hip Hop Awards because it was bad. First of all, they had Fat Joe as the host, which is fine. Let Fat Joe be the host. But Fat Joe was the host the whole night. They didn't have any presenters. They didn't present any awards. The only thing that they did was they had Fat Joe sitting in what they were calling a winner's circle. And it was him, and it looked like it was a bunch of his people up there. And he was the one that was announcing awards. And the only awards that I saw him announce was something for Sexy Red, I think for breakout artists or something like that. And then all the rest of the awards, let them tell it, was won by Kendrick Lamar. Okay, they said that he won eight awards that night. I know it was more than 8 awards at the BET Awards. However, all the rest of those people, you gonna have to look up what they won. Okay. And it was just sort of like, this is an award show. You guys are not even showing what the people had done won. What the fuck is this? On top of that, the performers that they had was all cool, y'all. The performers that they had was all cool. I mean, I love me a 2 Chainz and I love me a Roscoe Dash and a Soulja Boy, you know, their music. All that is fine. Juicy J, everything. That's all good. But why are they at the BET Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards 2024 when none of them have any current music out? Okay. Now again, I enjoyed the closeout of 2 Chainz. Always gonna enjoy that because honey, 2 Chainz music used to be, oh, I tell you, we had some good times. Good times to teach 2 Chainz music. So I appreciated it, but it did not work for what we was trying to do today. If they didn't have Boss Man D-Lo, who you guys know I love, y'all know I loves me some Boss Man D-Lo. If they didn't have Boss Man D-Lo at the fucking show, we wouldn't even had anybody that was most recent from the music that you hear on the radio today. I mean, not none of them. Nobody. The only other highlight of the show to me was Trina. I thought Trina did a great job. Trina didn't get winded. Everybody was talking about Trina's grown woman body. Trina been kind of thick for a minute now. I mean, Trina's always been thick, but now she thick like grown woman thick, and I'm fine with it, child. Listen, we fucking 50 fucking years old almost. How the hell you want us to look? Some people gonna be a little bit more. You know what I got to say about all that cushion for the pushing? Bitch, you get older, you need some meat on your bones. Stop trying to be skinny like these young ass girls, because when you fall down some fucking stairs and break something, you gonna wish that you had some extra meat on your body. Okay, so it's all good. She looked good to me, but she sounded great. Didn't forget her words. And then when she had Young Miami out there, I was like, okay, I like this. I like this little, I like this collaboration that I didn't even know that I needed. Miami looked good. That was it. That was only new people. That was only like highlights of the show, but other than that, I mean, and I like Roscoe Dash and Soulja Boy, but it was just like, why am I Superman in that hole? Watch me, you. Why am I doing that at the 2024 BET Hip Hop Awards? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it was very frustrating. They did give the I Am Hip Hop Award to Travis Scott, who would have never been at the BET Awards, even when it was a big show. I don't ever see Travis Scott going to a BET nothing. So that was the only way that they was going to get him there. And I guess maybe they thought that since Travis Scott was winning, people were going to tune in more. But a lot of people didn't even know the BET Hip Hop Awards was even happening. So it was just sort of like, child, what we did all this for? Child, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. So I am going to tell you guys with a hurt heart that they need to get rid of the BET Hip Hop Awards, because if you're going to have all the hip hop artists on the regular BET Awards, what is the purpose of doing the Hip Hop Awards? What is the purpose? Then you do shit like this and don't present a fucking award and have Fat Joe up there. I said, if I see Fat Joe's big bright face, all in the camera, one more minute. And then he was talking so much. It was so many words. I was just like, does he have a script? Why they got this man doing so much tonight? Like he was working way too hard, just being the host, and then I was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, y'all. I was very sad that I didn't do a review video for that either, because I haven't done a video this week, but it was just sort of like, I can't just get up there and make up shit. It's got to be something worth talking about, and that just was not it, y'all. So if you watched it, and not many of you even watched it, because I was tweeting and I didn't have many people that was even responding to the tweet. So they need to get rid of it. That's all I can tell y'all. They need to get rid of it. All right, you guys. Lastly, the things that I peeped. I did peep that Aries Spears has some shit to say about Angel Reese, and all I got to say about that is fuck Aries Spears, because why is he keep on pushing this narrative? Why is he even bringing attention to Angel Reese? Him talking about how she looks like she plays for the Special Olympics. This girl is a very celebrated basketball player, very skillful basketball player. She wouldn't be where she is if she played the way that he says that she does. Okay, we don't really have much for Aries Spears anyway. I feel like he says those things to just be out there. He just wants to say something and to be out there. He's unhappy. He know most people don't really like him, so he gonna say the most um uh he gonna say some old disrespectful shit just trying to get under the skin. You know, him talking about comparing her to Caitlin Clark. It's just like, why are you still pushing this narrative? Those two have already discussed that they cool with each other. They enjoyed playing with each other. And whether or not that may or may not be true, they've moved on from it. So everybody else needs to move on from it too, because that is a story that we don't need to continue to talk about. Okay. Caitlyn does what she does. Angel does what she does. Everybody is working. We can't take nothing Aries Spears says seriously anyway. It's just sort of like, man, wasn't you the one that was with them kids in the video? Okay. Handle your shit over there, sir. And leave Angel alone. I also peeped that Meg the Stallion has a documentary coming. I said, now Meg got to be tired of this too. Because why are we still talking about this Tory Lane stuff and all this? It's just like, I don't know when they shot this documentary and all. I don't think that is just all focusing on Tory Lanez. It's probably just focusing on her life and the things that she went through. But it's just sort of like, we don't be needing all this. And you've already talked about how that's not good for your mental health to always have to be talking about that kind of stuff. So this documentary, I'm just wondering, like, why are they putting it out? All right. And then it kills me how they be putting out these documentaries and people reading these books. Like, we just read Eve's book, her biography in the Roxy Reads book club. Roxy Reads book club. We just read Eve's book and it was horrible. Because it was just sort of like, first of all, why are you writing the book if you ain't going to say what it is? Okay. Didn't really talk about nothing happening. Just would say shit like, it was a lot going on. I'm going to need you to tell me what the lot going on is. Okay. Because you writing a book about your life. Why are you writing a book about your life and you ain't even fucking 50? You ain't even finished living. But so if you going to write a book and you ain't finished living, that book better be real fantastic. It better have all the stories and all the shit that we wanted to know. We need it to be in the book. But it's not in the book. It's just like, why are we doing this? So it's like, Meg is young, still has a lot of her career ahead of her, a lot of her life ahead of her. We already got a documentary. Child, what? Why? Anyway, it's coming out on Prime. It airs on Halloween. And Meg is my girl, but I just want her to move on to happy things. And I don't want to keep on talking about the shit that made her unhappy in her life. I peeped that most of you guys did watch the Mr. Crockett movie, and thank you guys for supporting the movie. It did very well. People seem to be very happy with the movie. So I was happy for Brandon. I hope that, there's a part 2. But thank you guys for supporting. Many of you guys sent me messages letting me know about it too. And then lastly, you guys, this is a happy birthday shout out to my boy Dominique. So his name is Overall Prince on Instagram, but Overall Prince has sent me so many wigs, and I don't even ask. He just sends them. He just sends me a message, said, Roxanne, I got a wig that I made for you, and then he sends it to me. So very grateful, very thankful for you, Dominique. And it was your birthday. I think your birthday was yesterday, which is Wednesday, but I might be wrong. I know it's one of these days, either yesterday, today, or tomorrow. But happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoy yourself immensely. And again, thank you so much for everything that you do for me. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.